In this lecture, we are going to be talking about how to deal with stress and how to deal with overall pressure. We are going to be talking about some fundamental mental health and emotional intelligence factors that you can use to your advantage. The first step to each and everything we talked about so far is awareness. You need to be aware that it is there. Become aware of the existence of stress in the first place. This is the first step you need to take. Because usually people will start feeling stressed for no reason, or they will not actually realize that they're feeling stressed. They will just report not feeling well. But in fact, they need to be aware that what they're feeling is, in its basis, formed by stress. And that's the first step. Now, one coping intelligence formula to building your cognitive quotient of intelligence is to ask yourself what can reduce the stress. Think about the different triggers you experienced and how you can cope with them. Whether it's an exam or an experience or whatever it is that happened, you need to realize what it is, the trigger, and then think about how you can reduce your stress by getting rid of this trigger or making its impact less impactful on you. And there are other questions that you can ask yourself to find this peace of mind. First, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? For you to overcome the stress, you need to be aware of what's the worst thing that can happen. For you to stop thinking about all the different scenarios, you will keep your mind focused on the worst thing that can happen, and then everything below that will feel insignificant. Then ask yourself, how strong are you? Am I strong enough to overcome this stressful situation? And the answer needs to be yes. Even if it's no, force yourself to answer yes to this question, because you need to be able to find a solution to overcome this stressful situation. If you can't find one, then create one. Afterwards, try to write it down. Ask yourself, can I translate those thoughts into words? Putting everything in front of you on a piece of paper or on the computer, writing it or typing it down can put all of this foggy brain and thoughts racing through a brain in order for you to be able to analyze them and overcoming them properly. And lastly, ask yourself, how can I respond to this situation instead of reacting? Because what's happening is we are reacting to the situation. We are reacting by feeling certain things, leading to certain emotions. But stop thinking about how you can react and start thinking about how you can respond to the situation to get rid of it, to reduce it, or to overcome it. So basically, this boils down to a very effective strategy that you can use. Identify the stressful factor and triggers, analyze what's causing it and how you can overcome it, and then decide on the different steps you are going to take to overcome the stressful and pressure-based factors that you are experiencing in your life. And lastly, one of the most important questions, is there a positive side to this stress or pressure? A lot of people report that they work better under pressure, but then they dwell upon the fact that they're feeling stressed. But you can use this to your advantage. Look at the positive side of this pressure, that it will push you towards studying or working more. Because if you're already feeling the pressure and you have an exam coming up in 3 days and there's nothing you can do about it but work and study, you cannot stop feeling stressed. Then use this stress to your advantage. Use this stress to force yourself to study and work hard for you to reach the goal, which is basically doing well on the exam, for example.